start. Hmm. Hello, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Hibatul Bada, and today's topic of my presentation is Notational Function Syllabus. So, moving forward, we will see what is Notational Functional Syllabus. Language is a complex phenomena. To make the learners able to analyze the language and to make them communicatively competent, Notational Function Syllabus is introduced. So notational function syllabus is based on learning to recognize and express the communicative functions of language, and the concept and the idea is expressive. Basically, the purpose of notational function syllabus is communication. Next. In other words, this kind of syllabus is based more on the purpose for which the language is used and on the meaning the speaker wanted to express than on the forms used to express them. Here, the main focus is on the meaning which we are conveying to the listener, and less on the forms used to express them. By teaching the association of forms and meaning, communicative ability will be more likely to result than it if form is taught alone. Basically, notational function syllabus involves two things. Number one is function and the other one is notation. So what is function? Function is a communicative act. It is the use of language to achieve a person. We use functions to achieve a specific purpose. For example, inviting, writing an apology, ordering, promising, and greeting, etc. Next. What is notation? It is important that function language must also incorporate with specific notations. These notations can be vocabulary, nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, or structure verbs. The words following the functional expressions would be considered notations. A notation is a concept or idea, and it may be quite specific, such as vocabulary, or it may be very general, that is size, emotion, movement, place, etc. Next. Content of the notational functions syllabus. Linguistic content is planned according to the semantic demands of the learners. Here, what is semantic demands of the learners? Semantic demands of the learners, that the meaning of the text we are conveying to the learners. What is the level of the students? What type of words we are giving to the students? We are providing the meaningful words to the students according to their grade level, according to their needs. These are the semantic demands of the learners. No order direct exposure to the grammar of the language. They have direct exposure to the grammar. What is most useful for the learners to communicate is included. Basically, the purpose of this syllabus is communication. That is why we only include the things that are effective for the communication purpose. Appropriate forms are chosen to perform the communications. Next. What are the objectives of notational function syllabus? Here are three main objectives. Number one is the function notation approach helps learners to use real and appropriate language for communication, to motivate the learners to communicate effectively, and a general competence in language. Next. Now we will see the advantages of this syllabus. Communicative aspect, along with grammar and situational factors, sustains the motivation for the learners as communicative competence is targeted. Realistic learning tasks, everyday real-world language develops naturally from existing teaching methodologies, development of flexible modular courses. Basically, it is a natural approach. We use more realistic and everyday situations, and more words, and we use words that are natural and related to our everyday life to make the communication more effective. Next. Criticism, these are the demerits of this syllabus. Number one is dividing language into items is against the nature of the language. As we have already discussed, it involves two things, that is functions and the other one is notation. We have divided the language into different parts, and most of the researchers believe that when we divide the language into different items, it weakens the language.